Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here, and we have a list of 18 homes in total. We met a lot of great clients who we've been in touch with through Milton Daily Homes on the weekend, and we'll let you know about what they're either looking for or what they've got coming up for sale probably as we go throughout the week. But we've got some really nice houses coming up probably in the next week and a half. So we're going to start off with Costigan, $259, and the trend of poor photos in this building continues. It's a 1+1, less than 700 square feet. Doesn't really excite me too much unless the view is quite nice. This one's a little bit bigger one bedroom here at $269 for a little bit more, and the same bad photos. So I don't understand if there's just not keys to get into the unit, but they're just showing the stuff around the building. The one thing I like about this one is it's got two parking spots, and that is obviously a very positive feature. Although with the one bedroom, it's more of single people, maybe a couple though. So that's what I like about the second spot. There might even be an opportunity to rent that spot. I would guess it rents for probably around $50 a month. Now Woodward is $379. So kind of an interesting price, kind of an interesting house too. 50 by 129 foot property. And so there's actually a company called Mr. Sandless that could come in and probably do a really good job on these floors. And it is way cheaper than refinishing. You're not shaving the wood down, you're actually just treating the top. And I've seen some really wonderful things happen. They do have a window air conditioner. Even though it's a gas heat system, it says it's gas forced air. It means that there's probably some duct work around here. So anyway, the kitchen, the tiles look like they're a little off, but I mean, look at what you get for the price here. I wonder if they're music fans. And you've got some dormer effects upstairs. I mean, taking the vacuum out, just simplifying, I think makes a big difference with a home like this. But you've got a great sized property. You have half a car sitting there. I don't know if a buyer would be interested in that, but there's a lot of nice stuff here for the price. I mean, this is almost unheard of to get a home detached for this range. And so we're going to see frequently that townhouses like this one on McClenahan list for more than that kind of property. So if you could come in, do the work, and generally if it's just cosmetic, it's not a big deal. This one on McClenahan, I'm not a big fan of for the location. Okay, so you've got this home right here, and then there's the road. And I'm one of those guys, I like a little bit of peace and quiet. And I just find that is constant from Thompson. The noise there. So anyway, there's a couple listings today where the photos just are not well done, and I don't know why, because it really doesn't cost that much to hire somebody to take photos. This home on Evans has a special place in my heart because it was the first place that I lived when I was in Milton. So this is my old house. So obviously they're going to charge a premium for it. It's somewhere around 1360, 1370 square feet. Nice main floor. The master bedroom takes about half the house upstairs. It's a really big master bedroom. And I know from the last time it sold that they actually improved it even since we were there. They put in some nice new floors. So anyway, it looks pretty good. I remember planting that tree there. 30-foot lot. You don't find a lot of semis with 30-foot lots these days. So pretty quiet street. And the price for what you're getting seems like it's in line, provided that they haven't really beat the place up too much. So Hobbs Crescent is $429. So it says 1850 square feet. I'm not sure if that includes the finished basement or if it's just the main top floor. They've upgraded the countertops here, and they've upgraded the flooring up on the second level. So for a townhouse, it's getting, it's getting up there, but the size might be okay. I mean, it is a decent size home for that price. Scott is $438, and a lot of these townhouses, especially the inside, the Roth Mill is what this one is. I don't know about showing this little, oh, by the way, you can kind of see this little lip of the escarpment. I don't know if that really matters. It's not like you're right by the escarpment. And then you've got your balcony right above the garage. So this is right in line with what they're listing for right now. It is a Roth Mill inside versus a Roth Mill end. They come in both. Thompson is 1,500 square feet. It's a semi-detached home. You do take a little bit of a hit for the road noise on Thompson. We talked about McClenahan. Obviously, this is the same distance from the road. Pretty quiet little cutouts on the street here. they're little cutouts on Thompson, and so the kids can still play basketball there because it's a very low traffic area, but you get the road noise, so that's the one downside to it. Brossard is $459, and so this actually looks very similar to the one at $438, except it's an end unit, and I don't know, the cabinets look good, but the photos just do not do this one justice. They're blurry, they're kind of like they're tilted to the side and, you know, taking some stuff off. So really, you know, we've shown the stats before, but in this kind of price range, you're talking $5,000 or $6,000 extra on average that you're getting from better photos. So when you charge somebody, you know, if a photographer charges us $200, is that a good investment? Of course it is. So Manley Lane, it has no homes behind, and sometimes when you hear that you go, okay, is that a little trap here? But it's not. It's one of these homes right here, backs onto a pond. You're nice and close to Main and Thompson here. Main and Thompson is right here, so you've got the Center for the Arts and the library. You have the leisure center right here, so you can walk to a lot of stuff. It's a great location, and you might hear a little bit of the highway, a little bit of the roads, but overall this one I'm kind of excited to see. It looks like a finished basement with a two-piece washroom downstairs, so it's got a lot of things that are working, and the price seems pretty good too. Scott is $484.9. It's a rose something, about 1860 square feet, and at this price point with no finished basement on a bit of a busier road on Scott, I think there's better value out there for the same price. We're going to look at a link on the second list that I think it's a little bit smaller, but it's got the basement, so there's more total living space, and the price is much less. So I think they missed the mark on that one. This one on Walker's Line is probably about a half acre, and there's some nice finishes, decent looking kitchen here, and the price point is pretty good for the country at $550. Now, my concern with this one, because there are some very nice features here, you've got the trees, you've got a nice sized yard. If you look at the bedroom sizes, you're 9 by 12 in the master, which is not a particularly large master, and then you've got an 8-foot wide home, or 8-foot wide room by 16, so very slim and then very long. I don't know, let's see what happens with this, but only having 2 bedrooms could certainly narrow down their audience. We've got one on Rule here at $579. Typically what we're seeing, this is your main floor, so you don't really have a dining room or a formal living room. You've got a kitchen with a nice countertop, you've got a family room, and that's it. 3 bedrooms upstairs plus a loft. I think this one's around 1,700 square feet, a bit of a modern cabinet. Fireplace up on the second floor is definitely a nice feature and not the standard. And then you've got your walkout, which typically I would say adds between $5,000 and $10,000 on average on a home like this. I feel like the home is a little bit small for the price they're asking. It is right across from this park here, which I think is has turned into a nice little park just on the north side of Rule. Costigan is $619. Wainscoting throughout, and so it's 2,105 square feet plus a finished basement. I would expect this one maybe to be a little closer to 6, but I do get the impression from this one that they've done a lot of customization, and if it shows really well in person, even the deck lights, there's a lot of little features here. The pergola, maybe it might be in the right zone. Costigan is a busier street too, so that's something that sometimes they have to fight. Scott is almost 3,000 square feet at $639 with some upgraded countertops and some hardwood floors. And I really think like this one is, for the size of the home, I would expect it to be much higher in the range. And I have a feeling, because a lot of today's buyers are very concerned with the square footage, I don't know why there's just a set of blurry photos at the end of this one, whereas they're sharper earlier on in the gallery. I bet this one's going to get a lot of traffic. I think for the size, you probably can't find that much size in any other home. Scott is about 2,200 square feet, so there you go, $10,000 more, and look how much less square footage you get, even though there's a finished basement. This is a Heathwood home, nice finishes inside here. You've got a bit of a loft upstairs plus the 3 bedrooms, and the quality goes up a little bit compared to the previous, but the size is completely different. Love the basement, love the size of the lot. It's almost a 100-foot deep lot, and they're going to get activity. The one on Forbes, just recently got an offer, and it's about 100 square feet bigger, without a finished basement, but backing onto a park. Lots of custom finishes there. So this one will get action. They take a little bit of a hit for being on Scott too. So if you like homes on Scott, today's your day. Even if your name's Scott, the fact that we've said the word Scott so much probably inflates your ego a little bit. So Rayner Court is a Fern Ridge. It's semi-detached, 1664 square feet. So according to the listing, it's almost 1700. Interpret that as you will. And so good finishes inside. It's a nice floor plan, double sinks in the master ensuite, and a good looking basement here too. You've got your wainscoting here, pot lights and so on. So nice looking home. I think the price is perfect for it. There's townhouses that are smaller than that are getting that kind of money. Now the last one is this one on Ferguson. We don't have any inside shots here, but it's a Shady Glen, and it's the 4-bedroom Shady Glen, which notches it above 2,000 square feet. And if it's decent inside, you know, they could do really well. It's a great floor plan. People always love the main floor, and then when they put this new version of the Shady Glen out, what they did was they added the 4th bedroom, increased the closet, and increased the size of the master bedroom, which is the complaints on this model was there wasn't any closet space in the master, and the ensuite was small. So this is kind of the new and improved version of the 1820 square foot version. It's all brick, and it's in a good location, great school district, and so on. So that's the list for today. If you have any questions, give us a call, and we'd be glad to help you. And we mentioned last week about tours of homes. We are still running them 7 days a week, multiple times throughout the day, including the evening if you have to make it here. And you can sign up at Milton Tour of Homes just over on that side there. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.